Good afternoon, my dear student. Today we shall continue with the chapter 4 from the art structure. And last day we discussed that what are the different structure and about the art surface, how many layers are present that inside the art surface. That we read about the main 3 layers. That first one is the art crust, that which one is the uppermost layer of the art surface, that the art had divided the 3 layers. The first one is the art crust, that is called the crust layer. Okay. The second one that we read about this one is called the mantle layer. Okay. And the third one is the core layer. This one is called the core. Now today we discuss that about what are the chemical composition or what are the features and characteristics of these 3 layers. So first we have to start to discuss about the crust layer. That what are the compositions or what are the minerals are being present that and the characteristics of this layer. So first you see that on the basis of the study of earthquake waves that varying density and the chemical properties, that earth is divided into the 3 concentric layers. Means that from the previous sources that we understand that the earth is divided into the 3 different layers. And one layer, their characteristics and features, they are totally separated from the another layer. Now these are the crust, mantle and core. So what is the first characteristics of the crust? The crust is outermost solid layer of the earth and it is called the lithosphere or the rocky crust. So you understand that? The outermost portion, which one is the outsider? The outsider part of the earth surface, this region is known as the earth crust. So you have to understand that outsider portion of the earth crust or the uppermost portion of the earth crust, it's known as uppermost portion of the earth surface is known as the earth crust. And the next is the another name of the lithosphere also. The another name of this earth crust is lithosphere also. The second point, the crust is relatively thin in layer with an average thickness of about 60 km. And this average thickness of this crust layer is the 60 km. Is the average thickness or the density or the thickness of this layer is the 60 km. And the next is the crust comprises the 2 parts. The upper part is known as the continental crust and the downward part is known as the oceanic or the oceanic crust. So what are the 2 things that we know in our earth surface? There are 2 things is present. Above the earth surface, which one we can visible from the above the earth surface? What are the 2 things? Either the landform, either the water body. So these landforms is the largest landform in the continent. So that is why those are the things or the minerals are made by through the continent. That is called the continental crust. And those are the oceanic or all the water bodies. They are made by through the oceanic crust or they are known by the name of oceanic crust. So what is the continental crust? Those are the landform. Inside the crust region that we can see in the crust that 2 things are being present. First one is the land mass or the land and second one is the water body. First one is the land and second one is the water body. So this land masses, it's known as the continental crust and this water body is known as the oceanic crust. Now the next is the crust is comparatively thicker under the continent than under the ocean floor. And these land masses, their thickness is more than the oceanic floor. That the land masses, their thickness or the density is more than the oceanic floor or the water bodies, their thickness. The next is the crust is made up by the many kind of rock and the density of the rock increase with the increase in depth. And this crust area are made by the different type of rocks. And according to the rocks or depending on the rocks, they are the density of the region is the density of the land masses and the water is being changed. That what are the minerals are being present according to their mineral density. If the density is more, some minerals their density more, some minerals their density are being less. Like the iron, nickel, their density is more. So if it present, those are the area, their density is very high, and those area it's made by the different type of mineral, their density is very less. Now see the next, the average density of the crust is less than 3 gram per cubic centimeter. The average density of the crust is the 3 gram. That 3 gram per cubic, that per cubic centimeter. Okay, by this way. And the next is the main element of the crust are the silica, aluminium, and magnesium. What are the 3 main elements of the crust? Silica, aluminium, and magnesium. Don't forget it. These are the main 3 components that is made the earth crust What are the three components? It can come in the short question also. What are the three components that is mainly generally form the earth crust? That is the silica, magnesium, and also the silica, magnesium, and aluminium. Okay, and the main things is the land masses or the continental crust made by the silica and aluminium. The continental crust is made by the two minerals, that is the silica and aluminium, and the oceanic crust that is made by the two minerals, that is the silica and magnesium. That is why the land masses it's called SIMA, it is called Sial, because it's a silica. Silica means Si, okay, plus Al, so it's called the Sial. Okay, and the next one, the oceanic water or the oceanic surface is made by the silica plus magnesium. So for that reason, it's called the SIMA. Okay, so that is why the Sial and SIMA. So what is the Sial and SIMA? Our continental crust is made up by through these two minerals, that is the Sial and aluminium. That is why it's known as the silica and aluminium. That is why it's known as the Sial. And those are our oceanic crust is made by the silica and magnesium. That is why it's named by the SIMA. And the outer crust is the valuable soils and provide us with the most of the minerals. And this outer crust layer, that here most of the valuable minerals are being found in this portion, and they are provide us the different type of minerals that we get from the soil, like the iron, nickel, cobalt, magnesium. Those are the things, those are the minerals, manganese, that we get from the outer part of the crust portion. That is why the crust is from economical side also, it will be very important for us. So these are the different characteristics of the crust. So I hope you have to understand it. What are the different characteristics of the crust? You have to learn properly, and especially the continental crust. What is the continental ocean or the oceanic crust, and the Sial, SIMA. This type of the question it will come from the short questions also. So you have to learn properly what are the features or the components that made our crust surface. So today our teacher next we discuss about the earth manganese layer, about the mantle. Thank you.